right, so I'm just gonna throw out the date, May 21st, 2021.
Yeah.
And then I'm just gonna have you just walk through the story.
I could walk through it.
Yeah, like I want you to walk through the story, but just kind of share at your own discretion.
During that surgery, my organs started failing. I fell on life support. I fell on 100% oxygen, blood transfusion. Something weird was occurring because I was going through all this, but my organs, my vitals never changed. My vitals always stayed normal.
So your body was literally dying, but your vitals still were reading somebody who was kind of in the condition you were before that second surgery.
I didn't even panic. I just was like, okay, look down. Took the knife out of me. I snatched it out of me, dropped it on the floor. At that moment, everything was coming fast, but I was just so easy able to articulate what was happening, even though I was still like in shock. So I made sure I stayed calm, like I'm squirting blood, looking like a fountain.
Okay, so what does forgiveness mean to you, if it means anything?
Forgiveness is like really like to be able to, let go and stand in front of whatever or whoever the person is to forgive. You can stand in front of that person. You can move forward from it. It's forgiveness.
Welcome back to Vibrational Wellness with Eriq Baptiste, where we explore the energy shaping our lives. So today's episode is a special episode. I actually took the time to travel to this person to interview them. A very prolific person, in my opinion, someone that's near and dear to me. So we're gonna dig into this triumphant ass story that he has. And I think his story and some of his insight that he shares will kind of help give perspective to people who've gone through the same situation and who are still like climbing in life and growth and development. So we're gonna dig in just a minute with Eriq Moore. See you in a minute. Welcome back to Vibrational Wellness with Eriq Baptiste. So we have Eriq Moore on, and
AKA Lil E.
AKA Lil E.
That's what they call him.
And we're gonna dig into his story, what I like to call the triumphant aspects of his story, and like how he was able to get to this point now. So you're how old?
You gonna ask me that?
Because we definitely some old niggas.
37, man.
You 37, so
just made 37 in November.
So we definitely some old niggas, but we still look fine. We still popping our shit. Okay, so let's just dig right into it. May 21st, 2021.
May 21st, 2021.
2020. Walk us through the series of events that happened that caused you to ultimately be at a place where your organs had shut down and you were hospitalized for a substantially large amount of time after being in a coma.
Yeah, it wasn't a long time, but it was time.
Walk us through.
This was one of the days I was at work. I just came off from like a nice weekend, crazy birthday dinner for the girl I was dating at the time. It's not crazy as well. We got this troubled individual, I was real close with. Had my heart, whatever the case may be, you want to call it. So I get a call from work. Hey, you need to come to the house. You know what I'm saying? This is what's going on. You need to come talk to this person.
So for a little context, the individual that you're talking about was a family member who was living with you. Okay. So this wasn't like an individual you were dating. It was just more so someone that you.
No,
had a family experience with that.
Pure family. It's pure family.
You were looking out for who was staying with you.
Yeah, no, it's pure family.
Okay.
You know, so yeah, I get a call like, you need to come to the house and, you know, get this person or, you know, talk to this person. So I'm like, oh man, come on now. So I leave work. I end up making it to the house outside of Chicago, go in, which is not where I'm from, but that's what the girl I was dating stayed.
Yeah, this is West Side shit all day.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
So it was her birthday week, which is why we was out there. Like I said, we had a crazy night. The restaurant we was at was so freaking dope. I rented out the whole spot. Whole family came out, everybody kicked it, had a good time. It's like, you know, I get home though, back to this, get home, and I get there, and I don't know, normally I was hot-headed or quick to snap back then, but for something came around me, it was like, nah, I'm not doing it this time. I'm gonna just let you go back to where, you know, this came from. I go in the room, change my clothes. I didn't say nothing to nobody, didn't speak to nobody. I was just like, look, you're going back. You gotta go. We'll talk about it later. But right now, I just need to get some things in order. I come back from out the bathroom, and just something weird happened to my body. Just got, it was like, ah. And I look down. And like, what is this feeling, you know? I had a whole steak knife lies into my heart. And my mind just went in shock, like, what's going on here? And I didn't even panic. I just was like, okay. And, you know, I always made sure that no matter what I did in life growing up, I took care of myself and made sure I was straight. Make sure I stay tough, whatever you want to call it. So I looked down, took the knife out of me. I snatched it out of me, dropped it on the floor. The person that, you know, that put the knife in me was standing there. And it was like, you know what? Right now, you're a small problem. You know, I'm right here finna die. So I'm like, I ain't even dwelling on you right now. So I let that fly. This is, at that moment, everything was coming fast, but I was just so easy able to articulate what was happening, even though I was still like in shock. So I made sure I stayed calm, like I'm squirting blood, looking like a fountain, like, you know, I could have posed and like a little teacup. But yeah, I was squirting real bad, and so I go back in the room, walk down this nice long hallway. You know, the girl I was dating, she was in the room, she was laying in the bed, we watching TV. Now, I'm quiet. I don't, you know, so she never looked up. She never looked up at me. It never dawned on her, like, let me see. You know, most time when you walk in a room with somebody, you look up at them. You see what's going on, you know, even if it's just for a second, you know, but there's no blame to her. Just saying, like, I was just so quiet and the energy was so calm. She never looked up. She was just watching TV.
Okay, so at this point, so we could set the scene. So at this point, it had been maybe like 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So you get a call, like, okay, you need to come and kind of get this individual in check. You get there after being on a high of the week, like we partying, you done rented the whole situation out.
Yeah.
So now I got to go and deal with this. So you and the woman that you were dealing with at the time, y'all go to the house, or she was already there?
Yeah, she was there. It was her crib, actually. We had
Okay.
separate cribs. So after we had a big dinner, whole Navy Pier, you see the whole Navy Pier, you know, I had rented out the whole night, so like, we was able to stay there after the hour, watch the fireworks go off. So it was a nice night for her birthday. That was the thing. So I was like, you know what? We're gonna stay at your crib, I'm gonna stay at your crib for, 2-3 days. You know, get through the weekend, get through your birthday. That way I don't have to be back and forth from my crib to your crib.
Gotcha.
That's how we ended up there.
So you get back to her house, this individual was there at her house. You change your clothes, and you pretty much like, okay, look, we're not gonna go through the whole lot of changes. You're just gonna have to leave.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to go back to where you came from.
Yeah.
So even the stuff that you have in my house, you're gonna have to get that, go back to where you came from.
Yeah.
And you pretty much said your piece, and I'm going in the bathroom to...
It wasn't even that much.
Okay.
It wasn't even all that. I stayed quiet. I came in, I was real brief. I was just like, hey, you just need to get ready. I'm gonna take you back where you need to be. You know, and at the same time, I was doing what I was doing in the street. So it was like, okay, I'm gonna drop you off on the way to go do what I'm doing, you know, make my money. So,
and like Scorpio rising, so we both are Scorpio risings. Scorpio rising is one of the main things that we naturally have. It's like we have it naturally. We have a natural poker face. So it could be all kind of craziness going on, but we naturally know how to remain poised to keep moving in the situation. Now, when we get by ourselves, we may scream loud as hell, throw some shit, probably hit some holes in the wall. But when we're in the moment, in the instance of like traumatic situations,
we have to control.
We know how to stay in control. Okay, so you come out of the bathroom and you literally walk into a damn steak knife in your chest. So you're not thinking of any sort of retaliation to this individual. Now your mind is going into life-saving mode.
Yeah.
So you take the steak knife out.
Not yet.
Okay.
My mind wasn't in life-saving mode yet. My mind was in what
the fuck just happened. So you were in, of course, shock.
I went blank. Yeah, I went shock. It was a shock where my mind was operating extremely low because I'm like, I wouldn't really have no thoughts. It's like, what the fuck is just happening?
Kind of like that feeling when you have an experience and you feel like you're in a dream.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, I go in this, like I said, now I'm dressed. Now I'm bleeding real bad. I have three holes on my heart. I'm bleeding real bad.
So wait, so it wasn't just a stab.
Well,
it was more than one stab.
They think it was more than one. I don't recall it. I recall one, and immediately once it pierced me, I just went to shock. So
you probably didn't even feel the others.
Yeah, the doctors think it was more than one, but I was like, I can't tell you that much. I just know once it went, I was like.
And this is the type of thoroughness, and that's why I really subscribe to astrology, because this is the type of thoroughness that comes along with the Scorpio energy. So you're a Scorpio sun, moon, and rising.
I'm rare.
So that type of energy, you're naturally predisposed to being able to handle traumatic events.
Yeah.
So where somebody of a different archetype would have literally just fell out, and they would have to call the ambulance.
Probably wouldn't have made it.
From what I understand, you still were in motion. So you go into the room to the girl that you were dealing with, and she really wasn't even recognizing what was going on. So at what point did you leave the house to try to get help?
That's what I was doing. I went in the room and changed my clothes, put my clothes on, grabbed my wallet, and I was naturally calm. It wasn't something I was telling her, man, you gotta stay calm. No, I was just naturally like, what the fuck just happened? And I didn't bother her. As I looked over at her, she was laying there chilling, watching TV. I think
you got a full blood pump coming out your chest. She didn't even recognize.
I looked over at her because I keep calm. I don't really say much, so she probably like, he right there, the guy right there, but he, whatever. But yeah, I got my wallet, I grabbed some cash, a couple hundreds or something like that. And I walked out the door. This hallway was long somehow. It was like a long hallway, so I walked down this hallway. Didn't look at nobody else. Went down the steps.
And you still bleeding though?
Yeah, I'm still bleeding, yeah.
So are you like compressing the wound, or you just in motion?
At that moment, I wasn't doing no compressing.
Okay.
I was just like, So as time was going, I started getting weaker and weaker. but slowly. So it was just like a drunk feel. I'm drunk, like, oh man, what's going on here? So I know I had to go down a flight of stairs. So I was like, man. So I leaned up against the wall. I didn't mean to do it. It was just like it's just.
Yeah, your body natural fight or flight.
Yeah. I rubbed up against the wall and I found down, got up on the wall, went down a flight of stairs. We had a car outside. I never said nothing. Never told. She didn't even know I was going through that.
So wait a minute. So you come out, you have this experience, you go in the room. She's kind of just in her own world.
In her zone.
So she's not really recognizing what's going on. You change your clothes, you get the keys, and you leave out.
Mm.
And you headed to the car.
Yeah, it was so fast. Boom, boom, boom.
And this whole time, you bleeding.
Yeah, it's about a good 8 minutes.
Why you feel dizzy, because you're losing blood.
Yeah, it's about a good 1, 2. It was about a good 4 to 5 minutes between the stabbing, me going in that room, and me getting out that door. I was really like, boom, 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 boom. Kitchen, hallway, get my clothes on, grab the wallet, the money. I ain't got nothing to say to nobody right now. Get out that door, get downstairs, get outside, get in the car, boom.
And this is the crazy thing about just the human condition. Your mind consciously is more blank during this time, right? But your subconscious is working with you to say, okay, you need help, you need to get to help. And
that's all it told me. It blocked out I don't know what was supposed to happen. Like, it blocked out everything. Like, I couldn't tell you what my mama's name was at that time. It blocked out everything. All it was get to the hospital.
So you finally get to the car.
Yeah.
And this nigga has gotten stabbed in his chest with a steak knife multiple times. And this nigga's leaving the house with his car keys and getting in the car to, let me take myself to the hospital, right? So when you get in the car, you start the car, if you get in motion, what happens?
My mind was still working, which is strange. Like, it was like my brain or whatever took over. It was like, I'm gonna take over this moment for you. What I mean by that is, like, it was like I wasn't operating. It was like I wasn't operating. Nothing I was doing, I could see it, but I had no control over nothing. It was like it was happening. It was like something took over my body. It was just so awkward. But I was like calm. I was like, okay. I pulled off. Okay. Now, me being from the west side, I don't know shit about no south side, nothing. Like, I just know how to get to where I need to go and
south
get back
side,
to
all
where
these
I'm
damn
from.
streets and numbers, and then you got this number that's a place. No, I'm used to Pulaski and Cicero. Give me
I'm used to Rush. Them hospitals, right. Mount Sinai,
right? Old school Bethany,
all that shit. Loretta. I don't know no Southside hospital. I couldn't. So when I got in there, imagine it's May. It's hot.
Okay.
It's hot. Like, so that it builds up, pandemonium. So I pull off. I know where I'm at. I'm like, okay, Eriq. I'm at 38th in Pershing. 3800 to be exact. I pulled off and got to 38th Place in Cottage Grove was one number, just a block and a turn. You had Cottage Grove and 38th Place. So I'm sitting there and I'm just woozy. I was like, damn. So I looked at the time and it was like, okay, I forgot it was like 3, 4 o'clock and I'm like, dang. I'm like, man, it's hot. Like, you could say it's summertime. I'm like, it's rush hour. This is what I'm saying to myself. Like, it's rush hour. I said, I'm bleeding. I'm like, I don't know no Southside hospitals. I'm like, all I know is rush. I'm like, man, I'm gonna die in traffic. And this is what I said to myself. Like, I never forget this. Like, I was like, man, you get on that area, if you pull off and get on the expressway, you're gonna die in traffic. Damn. And I kind of visualized myself just falling over and hitting the median. Just, that's it. I couldn't give.
Of course.
I couldn't leave that, my family to feel that, or my kids to be like,
what? And that's that thoroughness that I'm talking about, because even in the midst of literally, we'll get into it, but your body's shut down.
Yeah, I was shut down, but I was still thinking about other people.
Yes.
So
at this point, by the time you realize, like, look, it's not best for me to get on this expressway because that's not going to look good. We've gone from 5 minutes to how long?
We're about a good like 8 minutes, 8 to 9 minutes.
So this is close to 10 minutes now.
Yeah, close to 10 minutes.
That you're losing blood from the main part of your body that pumps blood through your body. Okay, so how did you get to the hospital? How did you ultimately end up at the hospital?
Man, so this is what happened. So when I told myself, it was like, dude, as I tell myself, dude, you ain't gonna make it. You ain't gonna make it on the expressway. If you go anywhere, something was like, dude, go back and park in front of their house and call you some help. Man. So I listened to it. I pulled around, park in front of the house.
I said, Scorpio intuition, like, look, let's be real about this.
Yeah, I called the ambulance myself, like, hey, look, I'm at this address. I'm in this kind of car. It's this color. I'm stabbed in the heart. I don't think I'm gonna make it long. This is what I'm telling the paramedic. Paramedic, like, okay, we've been on our way, are you all right? How you pressure? Look, I just hung the phone up. I'm trying to preserve now. So then I called the girl that I was dating at the time. Hey, look, this is what happened. I'm downstairs. She's like, what? When? I'm like, when I came there, she's like, I didn't hear nothing. I'm like, yeah, I know I stayed calm. I'm like, but there was phone, I'm downstairs on the phone.
And that's why I feel like her response to you, like finally sharing with her what happened, is important, because it wasn't like she blatantly ignored you.
No, she wasn't.
It was just like you regularly walked into her bedroom like you would any other time.
Yeah.
So she was just consumed in her own zone.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a person was there and they were like ignoring you.
Yeah.
It wasn't. You just jumped into fight or flight mode. Like, okay, let me let you do what you're doing and let me move on. So at this point, the individual that actually stabbed you, were they still at her house or had they left?
I think they had left.
Okay.
At that point, you over there. I ain't worried about you. But yeah, so
the ambulance gets there.
No.
Okay.
So what ended up happening is it took them probably additional, like another 10 minutes. So
we're at probably a solid 20 minutes.
15,
20 minutes.
Everything is happening fast though. It's coming fast.
Okay.
Phone call, everything is happening in minute increments. As really as that sounds.
Okay.
I think the longest, it was when I got to Cottage Grove and sat there, or when I was putting my clothes on. Those were two longest increments of what was going on. It was like, damn.
And then, so I want to go back too. So then the female that you were dealing with, when you're talking to her on the phone, she's still in the bed. So she hadn't even got up to realize that it's blood everywhere.
Well, there is another side of that story on her end.
Okay.
Of what happened in that house. I don't know. I ain't found out till after I healed and we sat down and talked. But I can't tell you how that incident went, that scenario went, because she said the kids did run there and say, hey, this happened, Eriq just got this and this happened to him. He just left. And at that moment, she was like, what are y'all talking about? It ain't registered. Like, Eriq was just, Eriq cool, what are y'all talking about?
And that's always so interesting when you're dealing with traumatic experiences. It's always two perspectives. It's the perspective of the person
everywhere in the world. Like
the person who experienced it, and then the person who was actually there witnessing it. Yeah. So in her mind, again, I'm in my zone, I'm chilling. These kids come and tell me like, What do y'all talk about?
Yeah.
Talking about, especially kids who are used to pranking and playing. Like, what are y'all even talking about? So when you finally talk to her on the phone and everything kind of comes together for her.
I hadn't registered still. It like I say, when them coming to her, and this is me just putting it together. When they came to her, she come out the room, like just on some checking around, you know, whatever. She might get something to drink, who knows? She come out the room and it's like, hey, Eriq, this happened to Eriq this, Eriq that. She's like, man, what is y'all talking about? So at the same time as that's happening,
she's in her own shop.
And from, if I can visualize it, she probably see like, what the hell is blood doing on my floor? What the fuck going on? And then the phone call comes in. Boom. And to hear what I said to her was like, what? Oh shit, she even got into, she went into panic mode. And she come out at this time, now we back in Eriq's world. And we back at this time, like I'm sitting in a car, it's hot. The whole car's full of blood. Like the ceiling, the dash.
It's like, shooting out.
Clothes, like. And I'm just sitting there like, oh man. I'm just sitting there like, damn, what the fuck going on? So, gotta give you a side story. I got a friend that I've been knowing since I was a little boy named Keita. She moved to Memphis. She moved to Memphis. Yes, it was Memphis. Dating this guy she was dating, I think he was an army guy or something like that. He was in it. Make a long story short, he shot her.
Okay.
And killed himself. And she had a little daughter at the time, so the only thing she could think of at the time when she was shot was, I need to just breathe. I just need to just get back to my daughter. I can't leave my their daughter here. So this is what she's going through. So she's in a couple months go by. She gives me a phone. I get a random phone call. This is before my incident happened. I get a phone call. And I'm looking at it in FaceTime. I'm looking, I'm like, Keita, what's you cool? What's going on? And she tells me, oh yeah, this is what happened. This is what happened. This is what happened. So now, back to my story. Now I'm sitting in this car. The first thing popped up was Keita said, breathe. This is how she survived. Gunshot wound. She had maybe 4 to 6, I believe. And she survived, you know, and it's crazy because I sat in the car and I was just like, okay, Eriq. Now this time, you know, Shorty made it outside. And I'm talking to her and she holding my chest and this and that. She's calling the ambulance. It was mass pandemonium. I'm still and now I'm still like, whatever. So I told myself, Eriq, eventually this is gonna get worse.
Okay.
Dude, whatever you do, hold your breath as long as you can till these people get to you. And I had maybe like 4 reps, 3 to 4. The first one, I held my breath. You know, inhale, exhale. Second time, did it again. Third time, it was getting shorter. Now I'm like, oh man. The 4th time, I felt something. Now I'm like, my lungs both lungs collapsed. All my lungs collapsed. So now my heart the blood is filling into my lungs. So now I'm getting shortness of breath. Now oh man, it's over with. And I looked up, I laid back, and I'm getting hot. I'm sweating. Turn the AC on. I'm doing all this and I'm still screwed up. I was like, what's going on here? At this time, you know, it's like, you know, you ever watch the movie and you see a scene where they about to die. Mm-hmm. Most of the time, the first thing you see when they get shot at something, their arm drop.
Mm-hmm. And you lose that use of your limbs from no blood flow.
Yeah, I just, man, I looked around and stopped thinking about everybody. Stop thinking about stuff. I just was laying there, like, just calm. And I ended up, once my arm dropped, I felt my arm drop. I felt it. And just blanked out. The paramedic grabbed me, snatched me out the truck, threw me in the truck. So the driver, like, did he just respond? He was like, yeah, he responded. And I just heard Some stuff started going off inside the back of the paramedic, and blanked that again. And don't remember nothing. He got to the ER, got to the back of the ER, opening my eyes again. It's the second time now. And as I open up my eyes, I'm seeing 8 to 12 people standing by the door, just lined up, everybody white, everybody glowing.
So you pretty much, once they got you from the car, you're having moments of like in and out consciousness.
Yeah.
Okay. So you remember getting into the ambulance, moments of that. Then you remember moments of going into the hospital. But going into the hospital, they're taking you directly into emergency surgery.
Yeah. They was ready for me.
So after the surgery, when did you come to?
I was in surgery for about 8 hours, the first one. I was completely fine. I woke up, they bring me out of 8-hour surgery. I go into the room, recovery. I wakes up. I hear them. Oh, he's gonna be out maybe an hour or so, a couple of hours. He's gonna be resting. Shit. After he said that, then I opened my eyes up and I was looking around. I just have a patch.
So you done woke your ass up after surgery regularly?
I woke up. Shit.
Okay.
So I had a little pat, looked around, looked at myself, but like a little bandage patch. I'm like, okay, cool, I'm decent. You feel me? And if I'm not mistaken, I think my girl was there, my mother was there, if I'm not mistaken. And I sat up, scooted myself up. I done took pictures, hey, look at me and shit like that.
So this is the same night?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I took pictures of myself. And I was talking. I was eating, fresh fruit. I was eating. Some little time went by and I was just handing out. It's crazy because it was so many days going by. I was just handing out. And one of the days, I'm eating fresh fruit. The doctor come in like, whoa. You got any heart issues in your family or this and that? I'm like, nah. I'm calling people. Hey, my daddy, my mama, I'm calling people and shit like that. They're like, nah, ain't no heart issues in your family. I'm like, oh, okay. You go back. Come back again. Now this time it's the surgeon. Like, oh, put that down. You gotta go into surgery right now. You cannot wait. So I'm looking at him like, man, what? I'm decent. Nah.
So this is what? 2 days?
Maybe the second day, something like that.
So 2 days after.
Day and a half. And
okay, so let's say day and a half up to 2 days after you have went into damn emergency surgery. You wake up, you good. You pretty much feel like you in recovery. And they're asking you these questions like, why you ask me these damn questions? You kind of rebuilding yourself up, eating fresh fruit. And then the doctor comes in like, stop that shit.
Yeah.
You literally about to go back into surgery.
Yeah.
So what was you thinking when that happened?
Okay, whatever. He's like, man, you got another hole in your heart. You gotta come on. I'm like, okay, whatever. At this time, I'm fucking fed up. I'm just like, whatever. It is what it is. Whatever it's gonna be, it's gonna be. I wasn't dwelling on nothing. I wasn't thinking about nobody. I wasn't worried about nothing. It was just like, it is what it is. Whatever happened, gonna happen. If I check out of here, I just check out of here.
Yep, it's my time. Yep, okay.
I told Shorty, like, hey, man, I told her, go home. Go enjoy your birthday. I wasn't being a jerk about it. I was just on some, like, if this was my time, I don't want you to live your life
right
and have seen that, that'll fuck a person up. Like, I just watched.
Definitely something like that can impact your birthday where, you get 50, 60 years old, you're still thinking about, like, man, Eriq died on my birthday.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
you go into surgery. How long are you in surgery?
That one I don't know.
Okay.
That one was the bad one. So this is the second surgery, and this is when I tried to turn over on my side, and you know what I'm saying? They give me the fentanyl, things like that.
So earlier you were talking about when you were in surgery,
Yeah.
you were trying to turn in the fetal position.
I sleep like that,
so,
even now.
So this was that surgery?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it went bad.
And they giving you fentanyl, so they trying to make sure you sleep.
Because I kept trying to wake up.
Okay.
I noticed because there was somebody I went to school with. She was the person that holds you down. She was the surgeon's assistant. And she was like, dude, you kept waking up, man. I had to hit you. I had to hold you down. She like, you trying to get up. Turn over on your side. She like, wait, hold on, what you trying to do? You kept getting up. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like, man, I'm a soldier. Like, I be trying to get up and move around. Like, I just can't lay down. So I'm like, that's probably what it was. Probably just the energy, like, this ain't what we used to. But during that surgery, my organs started failing. I fell on life support. I fell on 100% oxygen, blood transfusion. Something weird was occurring because I was going through all this with my organs. My vitals never changed. My vitals always stayed normal.
So your body was literally dying, but your vitals still were reading somebody who was kind of in the condition you were before that second surgery.
My vitals are reading the condition that I'm in right now.
So after that second surgery, you pretty much went on a decline.
Yeah.
So what was the span of time from that second surgery to when you was actually released from the hospital?
Maybe 3 weeks.
3 weeks. So you were in the hospital a total of close to a month.
I came out of no. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the severity of these.
I was in there about 3 weeks.
Okay. So we got multiple holes in your heart, 2 to 3 holes in your heart. You got, now your organs are shutting down, which is forcing you to have to go on life support, right? And you literally come back from all of this. So within that 3 week to 4 week time span.
So I went in there May 21st. I came home June 10th.
Okay, so that's about 3 weeks and some change. Okay, so you get released from the hospital. What are the post effects of this? Because now after being in the hospital for this span of time, your body being opened up at least twice, and then them having to connect you to machines, and pretty much kind
of lose control.
So that's what I was getting to. So after being in a place where you don't have control, and a nigga like you prefer to have control of your situation.
Yeah, I got to know what's going on.
What were the post effects? So now that I've left the hospital, like, where was your head? Like, where was your mental? Because I know it couldn't have just been like, okay, let me just move forward. Because now, coming from this type of experience I never had.
My mental space was basically like, okay, dude, you know this is a fucked up situation.
Okay.
All the way back to how you feeling health-wise, along with why the incident occurred and who it occurred from. There's a fucked up situation all around the board. So it's like, dude, if you sit on this too long, you're gonna be real resentful. And that's one thing I don't want to like. I don't want to be resentful to anything or anybody. I don't want to be resentful at all. If I can move away from something or move around from somewhere, cool. But being resentful, I don't want that. So I was like, don't sit on long. I said, it's okay to feel the emotion that you're feeling right now, which is pain, frustration, hurt, confusion, everything around the board. But I stay kind of hard on myself, like, but you cannot stay there.
Can't stay there. And I feel like that's so important for anybody. Like, you know, your situation was maybe more on the extreme end of the spectrum as it relates to trauma. Mm-hmm. But any sort of trauma, you cannot stay there. If you stay there, it's like that shit grows roots.
It'll consume you.
And you literally get stuck in that space where to kind of fix the issue, for some people, it could have just been a conversation. Well, because
sometimes it's not even a conversation thing, because someone can trigger you.
So for you, you're saying it's more so about like letting it go.
Yeah, yes. Like, don't dwell on it. It's so, like I said, you gonna even now I still have thoughts and emotions about it, but to not dwell on it, now you're teaching yourself like, okay, we can move forward. And if you can not dwell on a traumatic situation and you just learn to cope with it and move forward, it won't consume you as much. You'll have some control over it. And that's what I did. I'm like, man, I really sat down and identified how severe and how fucked up my situation was. So I was just like, dude, do not sit on that. Like, I get it. Like, I can be mad, I can hold a grudge, I can pick and choose wherever else in the world, whoever else in the world, but that particular situation, it was like, you dwell on this. This is gonna consume you. Dude, feel what you're gonna feel. Let's roll.
And it's so important that you said that, because even for people out there who are experiencing just trauma on different levels, like, it is very important to not, like, I really stress the fact to not get stuck, because it's easier to sit in something for a little time, but it'll be harder to get yourself unstuck out of that little.
Yeah.
So just having that natural Scorpio wherewithal, like, look, you're not facing this shit piece by piece. You're gonna look at this shit for the reality of what it is. Now you see what it is, you can't stay here. So, okay, so you get out. What does back at home look like after you had this experience?
Man, back at home don't look like it. I don't know what the fuck was going on. It was just like, everything was just, what is this? What's going on? Like, everything was just, I was here. I was like captive here. Like, almost like a person who has dementia.
Okay.
And so when I got home, I had to learn how to, I had to learn how to walk again. I had to learn how to stand up again. So at this time, this is a health thing. So I had to learn to get back. Like, everything is there. I got trauma from who, what, when, and where.
Mm-hmm.
On top of, you can barely stand up and walk from here to the kitchen without nearly falling on your face, and or risking staples popping out, or you bleeding to death, or just overall, it just might be too much on the body. You just might go at home. All of these are right there.
And these are also things that they share with you upon getting discharged. Like, look, you have to, be careful with these type of movements, be careful with these type of things, because like you said, you don't want to blow.
I was told to go home. I was told to go home and sit and just do nothing.
Which you don't do.
Nah, fuck no. I got shit to do, man. I got money to make. I had shit to do. Like, and this is where I really realized, like, I'm not as selfish as how I used to be, because at this time I'm thinking about, man, dude, you can't sit here and be here 3 months. They gave me an estimated time of I'll be back 100% within 1 year. No, we don't have 1 year to sit back and heal. We have shit to do. We have kids, infants. We got things to do. We got to roll. So, like, what do we do?
So after release, how long would you say it was before you kind of got back into your regular motion?
Regular motion, I got it in June, November.
Okay.
November, I actually had a stripper party. I had a stripper party for my birthday. So that was just like, dude, we're gonna go out with it. If I go out, Because I wasn't expecting to even get to my birthday. I said, if I'm gonna go out, shit, I'm gonna go out with some ass cheeks or whatever the case may be. So I had a stripper party. Had a bunch of my people around. We kicked it really well. But it was,
Fun times.
Yeah, fun times. So I said, I'm gonna wake up in the morning.
I'm here.
And actually, I'm here. I made it. But yeah, I was actually, let me bag up. I was back working in August.
Okay.
I was cleared to work, July, end of July. So I was home confined for a few weeks. But my first out and about on my feet, it was 4th of July. I couldn't let it go. I had to come outside, call one of my people, like, hey man, I'll be outside for the 4th. Like, man, no you not, man, you ain't ready.
Especially not after all that, you not coming out on the 4th.
Watch me. Pop out on the 4th. I was outside on the 4th of July. I was still like in pain, like my feet had swelled up like pizza puffs, but like I was still skinny. I had went from 155, 160 to down to like 120 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
So I was Eriq, but I wasn't him. It was just like, well, glad you're back.
And I remember seeing your physical transformation. Like now seeing you, you're 1,000,000% back. But I remember seeing your physical transformation where even you were kind of emotional on your own, but you were still taking it easy, even after a certain time.
Yeah.
And then seeing you kind of get your weight back and look like, okay, the Eriq we knew.
It's coming. I it's that determination is that understanding like nobody gonna do shit for you. And I just,
if you don't do shit for yourself, it's not gonna happen.
I had to go. Nobody gonna pay my bills for me. So I had to go. So like, I push this. Man, this right here is power for real. Like if I wouldn't have coached myself and let myself like, dude, you can't sit here. I kept telling myself, kept talking to me, you can't sit here. You gotta get up and go. You got stuff to do. So it went from, me being able to, not being able to walk that much, to I was getting up every day, put ankle weights on, get up, walk a few steps. I had a 5-pound weight vest, put the weight vest on, and started climbing steps. It used to take me an hour, it used to take me 45 minutes to an hour to get upstairs. And I'm not exaggerating, 30 minutes to get down the stairs. So it gradually, I'm getting there. I couldn't sit there. That's why I like, just going through that stuff, that type of shit, just went from going from waking up, oh, he's gonna be good, then waking up, looking around, I'm intubated, tubes down my throat, tubes all in my body. I'm like, what the fuck happened? Maybe to walk and not even feel my, going numb, waist down. Like, damn, I just told y'all, I just signed a document saying I'm ready to go into surgery. Now I wake up, can't talk, trachea and all this shit.
So is it true that one part of the paralysis that they were saying that you could have potentially had was not being able to walk again?
Nah.
Okay.
They didn't speak about that.
So y'all didn't have any
Actually,
issues?
it was the opposite. They was telling me like that second surgery, based on what I was going to go through, I was probably going to come out and not remember nothing to nobody.
Got you. I never knew that. And it's probably from so much loss of blood coming out of that surgery, not being able to.
It could have been a lot. It could have been the surgery. It could have been the medicine. It could have just been the anesthesia. It could have been just resetting of life. Like, well, we finna, reconstruct this guy. So it could have been a lot of different things.
Okay.
It's not that.
So we're now, 4 to 5 years in after the incident, and you're working on a book. You're not releasing the title yet.
No.
But you're working on a book detailing your experience a little more, and then your aftermath. So at this point, these many years after, and you clearly healthy.
Yeah.
Because there's no right or wrong way to go through this experience and heal from it. So once you go through an experience, especially something like yours, where it was, I won't even say near death, it was death, right? And coming back from that space, you automatically have a certain energy with other people who are in.
I'm magnetic as shit.
Yeah, well, you're Scorpio rising. So Scorpio rising people are naturally going to be drawn to us, even if they are intimidated.
Yeah.
So going through that experience, you naturally have this insight into how to become better.
Mm-hmm.
So what advice would you give a person who's going through these experiences?
Oh.
And your raw advice, it doesn't even have to be structured a certain way.
Okay, well, if I was to give my raw advice, I would tell someone to prepare your mind first. Prepare to understand, like, whatever's happening is happening. Now, the damage is going to come from how you deal with it. Now, if you sit up and you cry over the situation or you dwell on it, it'll consume you to the point where your healing might go longer than what it should. It'll go longer than what it should. I would say here first. I started mine in the hospital.
Okay. So what it sounds like you're saying is, first,
start on that mental.
Snap yourself out of denial.
Yeah.
Like, what's happening for you right now is reality.
You can't go back from it.
You can't go back from it, and there's nothing you can do about it not happening.
Yeah.
Okay.
Move forward from it. Like, and it don't get me wrong, it ain't easy as it sounds. Like,
definitely not.
You like,
definitely not.
It's gonna be really tough, but you gotta beat yourself with it, like, and really, like, stand on it. Like, okay, I'm gonna move forward from this and really do it.
And that's generally why I think people misconstrue, advice and insight like that.
Mm-hmm.
No, it ain't as easy as we just sitting here like,
it's not.
Oh no, don't be in denial. No, you actually have to snap your mind back into place. Like, okay, I have all of these thoughts and feelings towards what happened.
Yeah.
It happened. Now, but you right here, so you have to figure this out. Okay, so no denial, sitting in reality.
No denials.
And what would you say for a person who has kind of gone through the roughest part and now they're dealing with the post-healing?
The post-healing, physical, mental. Physical, I say, man, fresh fruit does a lot.
Yes.
Fresh fruit, like, did something to my body that I couldn't imagine. Like, it gave me energy that I felt. So it was just like, okay, cool. I start eating meat, and my body was rejecting it. It was just like, so the whole time of me being in the hospital to almost coming home, my body was only accepting fresh fruit. I couldn't eat nothing else at the point. It was like, dude, you gotta eat something else. It was the fresh fruit. So
you're saying no denial, sit in reality.
No denial, no
reality. It sounds like you're saying,
yeah, you gotta take it head on.
Put the proper things in your body to help you heal physically.
Yeah. Once you get past the mental part, everything else becomes easy.
I agree.
Like, you can walk a block a day and get healthy. Really, it's the mental part that's the toughest part, because if you're not showing up to get through the next day, or get through the next week, or get the rest of your life, it's gonna be a hard lifetime for you.
I agree. Once you tighten that shit up in your head, it's like everything else has to follow suit. Yeah. Even if you still got to go back and say, okay, emotions, y'all got to get into play, because I done figured it out.
And like I say, it's hard, and it ain't just, oh, I'm healed mentally. No, this is maintenance.
Yes.
It's gonna repeat. You're gonna look up a year later and you'll be like, man, it's the day, this happened to me, or this happened to me. And it's gonna be a click, like, man, I feel some type of way.
And that's something I like to work with my life coach clients when it comes to, like, maintenance.
Yeah.
Like that mental maintenance. Like realizing, okay, I may have come to the point of this reality, and I can move forward and accept the fact that it's reality, but that acceptance happens on levels.
Yeah. And what I mean by maintenance is, like, you gotta tell yourself, I'm the shit. I'm gonna get through this.
Yes.
You have to, like, that's mental maintenance. It ain't just like, oh, I'm okay. No, you have to really feed your body, your mind, your soul, great things, which is what I did. Hey, man, Eriq, I used to sit in my front room, barely can walk a block. Dude, you believe the shit?
Right.
We're gonna beat this. We're gonna be back. We're gonna be back on the street in July. You know what I'm saying? Even though it was probably wasn't promising, but this is what I'm feeding myself. So now that I look up, I spoke that into existence.
Yes. And your whole energy like snaps into that energetic focus.
You become that.
Yes.
You start to believe what you start to believe it. And that's why I say it's mental maintenance. You got to really like dial in and really coach yourself and tell yourself, these are going to be days you're going to be waking up like, fuck this. But that's just the human in you. But at the same time, like, it starts from that first. If you can't get through that part, which is how I got through it. Like, I was just, like I said, it was just really me being hard on myself. Like, dude, you can't sit in this. You gotta get up and move. You know,
so we got pretty much reality check, mental maintenance, and then the actual focus on being better. Not only being better, but also doing better.
Yeah.
And those three kind of put together at your own discretion for you is what really helped you move forward past that instance. Okay, so what's next? So we're now in 2026. Like I said, we're more than a few years in. You have not only physically, but then also energetically, you've kind of surpassed the place where you were before this incident happened.
Yeah.
So what's next for you? So we know you're working on a book. I know you're working on a few media projects.
Yeah.
You've already kind of been in a couple plays.
Yeah.
So what's next for you?
Oh, I actually have a couple projects I'm working on right now that I haven't spoken about. Kind of keeping it under the wraps. I'll wait to get close to that time and drop it. I'm working with a few actors. It's a busy week. It's a busy year for me. Also, I'm working on getting some property. Staying away from all this BS that's going on around in Chicago. Like, I love my city, but it's just a bunch of bullshit going on. So that's my main goal. You know, on top of all of that, just making sure that I leave my shorty something. Like, I gotta get them right. I gotta leave them something. Like, I gotta give them something to.
Okay. So what do you want people to understand about you beyond what happened that night?
I really don't care for what people, you know, to let them know anything or what they want to know. You know, if I was to bump into somebody that I haven't bumped into in a while, or versus it's a new person, depending on the aura and what we're talking about, we might end up with a relationship where we can build to you getting to know where I am at. Or as like other people or people that know this particular era, it is what it is.
Okay, so like I said, I appreciate you coming on.
For sure. Anytime.
I feel like this story and this interview is really gonna be impactful even beyond a certain group of people. So this is Eriq Moore, and this is Vibrational Wellness with Eriq Baptiste. We're gonna see y'all soon. Peace. So if you enjoyed this content and you'd like to see more of it, hey, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hope to see you again.